everyone, Lisa with Solid at My Core Fitness, health and fitness coach. How are you guys? I am coming at you from one of our group fitness studios here at Chaska Community Center. I just got done teaching a class, if you can't tell from my red face, and wanted to come at you guys live with a question. Hopefully you guys all have seen my videos that I've been posting the past couple days, trying to share with you a little bit my journey that I'm on to getting solid at my core, and hoping to challenge you a little bit to see if you might join me on this journey. But today, I wanted to talk to you about bucket lists, and I'm going to do a blog post on this a little bit later today, so stay tuned. Do you have a bucket list? I'm curious to know how many of you have watched or remember, I think it was 2006 or 2007, the movie with Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman called The Bucket List. And for whatever reason, that movie's popped into my head several times recently, for many reasons, and I'll share some of those reasons, I think, as we get going down the road here in the next few weeks. But for today's purpose, it's popped into my head because of a bucket list. And I remember when I watched that movie, thinking, gosh darn it, there are things in my life that I have always wanted to do that I have never done. And why is that? And I remember kind of at that point, that was about the time I was starting my journey into health and wellness and figuring out the next steps in my life, and started to do some reflection. And that, you know what, I got to think about things that really I'm passionate about and things that I've always wanted to do. And gosh darn it, I was maybe in my late 30s at that point. I think I was about to have kids. That would make sense. Get married and all that stuff. That was on my bucket list, was getting married, believe it or not, and that happened. But I started to do my bucket list. And I remember my bucket list at that point in time, there was 5 things on it. 1 was ride in a hot air balloon. I haven't done that yet. 2 was I really wanted to have kids, and I was getting married, and I did do that one. I have 2 beautiful little girls. 3 was to, I remember, I think this was the 3rd one, ride a bike more often. How funny is that? I didn't own a bike at that point, believe it or not. I had ridden a bike all the time when I was little. And I remember how much I loved riding bike. And I didn't have a bike. So I got a bike, and Mark, my husband, helped me pick it out. And I rode it a little bit. And I should probably add that one back to my bucket list because I haven't ridden it much since then. Number 4 was to learn how to swim. We had just bought a cabin right around that time, and yes, I'm admitting to all of you, I don't know how to swim. I'm a health and fitness coach, and I have a fear of water, and we have a cabin, and that is one that I am still working through. You guys are actually going to hear more about my journey into learning how to swim at some point in time in the next few months. And the last thing on my bucket list was to take my passion around health and fitness and wellness and do something with it. And obviously you can see from, if you're here in my business, I did take that one on shortly after I had kids, and started my own business and all of that. But there was one piece of that, there was kind of different caveats around that I've achieved. But there was one piece of that bucket list item that I was absolutely petrified to do, and that was I've always wanted to teach group fitness and was absolutely scared to do it. Now, those of you who know me, some of you don't, I actually have a background as an executive level manager, done management and have run leadership programs and training and development, and I've been in front of hundreds of people. I've been on conference calls with hundreds of people, done the corporate jet, all that kind of stuff. So it's not that I didn't have experience being in front of people, but the thought of teaching group fitness to people absolutely scared me. But it was on my bucket list, and I really, really wanted to do it. And there was many times in the past 5 years where I would start and stop and start and stop. And I even got my group fitness certification and got a ton of certifications, so it's not like I wasn't trained. But I was still super, super afraid to do it. But it was something that I always kept thinking about. I kept putting out into the universe that I wanted to do it. And, I firmly believe, and check out my blog later because I talk about this, I firmly believe when it's something that you're meant to do and you're truly passionate about it and you keep thinking about it, the vibrations of the worlds or whatever, sooner or later things just align. And sure enough, almost a year ago, everything fell into place where my timing was right. My husband was home, time freed up, my business was growing, and I met a really awesome person here at Chaska Community Center, and here I am a year later teaching a whole bunch of classes, teaching Beachbody Live classes, which I love, and also teaching at several places around here. I've met some amazing people. So number 5 on the bucket list, check. And it has filled me up in ways that I never, ever, ever imagined. It just brings me joy, passion, great workout, strengthens my core mentally, physically, spiritually. So my question to you today, and I would love to hear from all of you guys. You guys are so quiet on here. Please post below. Do you have a bucket list? Is there things that you've always wanted to do? And if so, what are they? I would be curious to know. And then what's stopping you? I firmly believe that life's too short. If you've journeyed to my page, my website, solidatmycore.com, and went to my About section, you will view a video that talks about why I'm so passionate about health and wellness and helping other people. And it has to do with my dad. And my dad died too short. And I know there was things on his bucket list that he didn't get to. And so I challenge you, because we don't know what life holds, right? We don't know. Share your bucket list and what's stopping you. And if you need some help kind of getting going, check out my blog later today or reach out to me. I'd love to help you get going on doing some things that you're passionate about or things that maybe scare you. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday. Thanks, as always, for joining me here. I so appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, guys. Take care.